The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I learned the damnedest thing in the break. Alaska is west of Hawaii. That seems hard to believe.
It's wild, man, but I looked on the globe.
Wow.
It's crazy. Crazy world we live in.
But remember, Alaska's real close to Russia. If you go out on the further westernmost part of Alaska, can you see Russia from?
According to Sarah Palin, you can. Right from her porch.
You grab your sniper rifle and you pick up a couple moose.
That's right.
Remember that back in the day?
All right, some sports concepts and rationalizations for you here on the 10-minute drill. Beef, do we have a giveaway at the end?
We do. Stay tuned. At the end of the 10-minute drill, one lucky Guggen going to win $25 to Culhane's Irish Pub.
So we got that, and we also we got other things coming up as well, other giveaways that we'll do today. All right, Eli Manning, Peyton is like being Peyton. Eli's going to do something. So he says he's going to take a year off, chill out. And by the way, this is a great time to take the year off if you're Eli Manning. He was on a Zoom call with 115 military members last week, and he says, I don't want to be an NFL coach. I know that. I've seen what our coaches do and the hours they put in. I enjoy being with my family. I enjoy coaching some of their sports teams. He's not ruled out coaching at the lower levels or broadcasting or working for the Giants in some capacity. So.
Don't go to work for the Giants in some capacity, Eli. Don't do that.
Well, he wants to be around the game, though. These guys, they love the game. They want to be around. The Manning boys love the game.
And you also forget when you're our age that these are young men still, too. And they, they may have more money than they'll ever spend, but you want to stay busy, too. You can't, you can't go home like us in a pandemic and lay down and watch Netflix for 6 hours every day.
You can do that for a year, and then you want to do something.
Dan, silly me.
Because, Peyton Manning's busy, too. Even though he hasn't found his – Peyton Manning does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I don't feel sorry at all for –
No. I don't feel sorry. I think he's got a great life.
I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm frustrated with Peyton Manning.
You want him to do TV.
Pull the trigger on something cool and do it.
Yeah, ultimately you think he's going to do TV.
I think he's going to own. I think he's going Elway.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be an Elway. Yeah,
he'd probably be good at it.
President of a team. He'll be visible, make decisions. And
I'm with you, Jeff. Selfishly, I want him on TV because it's super entertaining.
God, he's so good. He's so good.
You're going to see more of it in a week and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's could be better than Romo. I mean, I've watched because he's up my alley. His sense of humor is tremendous, but yet if you ever watched him break down he used to do this on ESPN Plus. He broke down the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tremendous stuff. I mean, you can learn so much. And by the way, there's still don't forget there is Koopa's boy. Arch Manning.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be a sophomore, I think.
Yeah, youngster down there at.
They say he could be as good as any of them.
Yeah, had the best stats of any of them as a freshman.
Where are they just keeping him out of any kind of recruiting rumor mill right now? Wait a couple of years on that.
They put the kibosh on talking to anybody.
Because it'd be Tennessee and Ole Miss and Alabama, they all be going crazy right now.
I heard he's got a few envelopes from Tennessee.
Well, I know where he's not going to go. Yeah, Dan Mullen won't get him. If Dan Mullen doesn't get those superstars. If he was a 4-star, we'd have a shot. Silly me, Hick.
Yes,
I would think that if I took a personality test, I would probably trend more cynical than naive.
Yeah.
But silly me, naive me, I thought that when sports returned, all the stumbling blocks and the talks, that would be about testing and vaccines and the particulars of where we're going to play and how we're going to isolate. I should have known better. I should have known that when professional sports return, the final stumbling blocks wouldn't be about pandemic related. It'd be about their billions of dollars that they've got to split up. So I appreciate Major League Baseball with probably not real good opticals right now. Arguing apparently over cash and how the shortened season is going to be split, while some 40 million Americans wonder if their unemployment check is coming this week. So I am very disappointed that baseball, even if that is going to be the argument that it in any way got out and that it's any part of it, and we could assign blame to the owners or the players here, but I'm not interested in doing that.
I didn't, Pross. I didn't look.
Yeah. Here's I can give you the abridged version.
I don't want to. I just want to know
when you play,
when they agree to terms and they go.
But it is kind of off-putting that it became about money yesterday,
which we knew was going to happen.
Yeah,
they all said it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, it's not. That's just so silly.
Yeah.
Here we are, and by the way, if I had to place blame, which I'm not, I think they're both wrong. To be honest with you, I had a place blame. I probably would go owners in this case.
Yeah.
And here's why. Baseball doesn't have a salary cap. They have
Right.
a luxury tax.
Right.
Everyone in the league has a salary.
Right.
When this first started getting delayed, the agreement was
Yes.
that the players would just get prorated salaries. If they made $162 million a year and they only played 100 games, they'd only get $100 million.
Right.
That seems pretty simple and
And if
straightforward.
they didn't play, they were only going to get
a quarter or whatever.
not
Which
much
is-
at all.
which-
But they were going to get credit for the year.
Yeah, which is
was
fair
important.
to not get anything. You didn't do anything all
Right.
year. Which, guess what? Welcome to America. That's
Right.
what many of us are doing. Well, after agreeing that the owners said they would just kind of prorate pay them, now they've changed it again, and
Yeah.
they want to give them half the revenue, whatever that number is.
Because there's no fans in the stands.
Correct.
So they said, well, wait a minute. We didn't think about this.
Yeah.
Which you
Correct.
probably should have.
Which is it's also a talking point. But, again, when people don't have jobs,
yeah.
to argue over millions of dollars is just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It just is. And
Like we've been told
Yeah.
many times over, the owners, they're not wired like we are.
yeah, I know.
They're just not. And neither are the players for that matter. But anyway,
And by the way, it's not all about Mike Trout. That doesn't matter. Many baseball players are making $500,000 this year, and I know
Right.
that's a lot of money.
Right.
But if you take away a big portion of that, then they're not paying bills either. But again, this one is so unique. This isn't just a strike situation. This is your counterpart. Citizens are doing much worse than you are. So
Yeah.
just settle down and
Yeah.
shut up.
yeah. We talked about this yesterday, and I want to just quickly kick this around. In the world of basketball, who's a better player, Charles Barkley or Scottie Pippen? See, the fact that you're even umming to me is shocking.
They're close, probably.
David Robinson or Scottie Pippen?
Hell, I mean, I think what's going to happen here.
Kawhi Leonard or Scottie Pippen?
I would take Kawhi.
Elgin Baylor or Scottie Pippen?
I never saw Elgin Baylor play a minute.
Dwayne Wade or Scottie Pippen?
That's a tough one, too.
Giannis Antetokounmpo or Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, it's too early for Antetokounmpo.
Okay. Got an MVP. Allen Iverson or Scottie Pippen?
Pippen, 100%. Iverson is way too high on his list.
Steve
man.
Nash or
They
Scottie
got.
Pippen?
We want to find an argument. They've got Steve Nash
Yeah.
and who was the one? And Iverson ahead of Isaiah Thomas. So who didn't watch basketball that made this list?
Isaiah Thomas or Scottie Pippen?
I'd take Isaiah. It's so hard to know with Pippen because he's got the asterisk of playing it all the time.
I don't know. But he had a year.
It was only 1 year, Dan.
Yeah.
David Robinson had 15 years. He never won anything until Duncan showed
I'm
up.
not saying he didn't win.
Yeah.
I'm saying he didn't go like scoring 25, 26 a game. He scored 22.
Well, so does Kawhi.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the most part. But
Kawhi wins.
Kawhi's bad. I would take Kawhi over
Yeah.
Pippen. I listen.
I just find-
I think this is fair. In a very small window to be the alpha dog, he failed miserably. But I would remind folks, Jordan's first 4 years in Chicago, he wasn't winning titles.
21st best player of all time, though.
Yeah,
is
that's
what-
a
on
little
this
high
rate.
to me. You're right. I'm not going to change my mind now.
Yeah.
I have a problem with a lot of that list, though. That list is done by
any list that you try to do something like this.
There's
is
too
awful.
many. To be honest with you, 21 to 70, they're all the same guy, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to argue between, James Worthy and Dominique Wilkins. I mean, how do you win these arguments? They're all the same. These players are all
like
the same.
Oscar Robertson was a great player. Okay.
He's in the 10, isn't he?
He's like 11th.
He was 11th?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Great player. But I will just say this.
Yeah.
My era, me, when I was a kid, so I would have a different vantage point, but I had Clyde Frazier. Well, I remember Clyde Frazier being every bit as good as Oscar Robertson. Like, I was never really, as a kid, when the Knicks played the Bucks,
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of Oscar,
I thought even before.
Even though, to his credit, Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double 1 year. Wasn't that the deal with him? He was a tremendous player, so I don't want to take anything away from the Big O. But Clyde was a great player, man. And when the
Those
Knicks,
guys are all just before me,
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, I
I mean,
know.
my first foray into it would be like those the late 70s Supersonics is when I really started.
Yeah.
Now,
Clyde-
the Hawks a little bit.
this I've never seen. Now, this was, again, I was a kid. I was like 7, 8 years old. But when I watched Clyde was the one guy, and he did this all the time, Pross. You would be bringing the ball up. It's a different era, remember. So the point guard, you're bringing the ball up, and Clyde's covering you. Nobody could steal a ball like Clyde Frazier. He would knock the ball free, steal it, go down, lay it up. Did it all the time. I mean, 2-3 times a game, in my mind. Now, it's probably not, but in my mind, the kid, I can't tell you how many times I watched Clyde Frazier steal the basketball from somebody. And then when the Knicks needed him most, when Willis was hurt, he came through a 36-point game and won him a world championship. So maybe that's why I'm partial to him. But my point is he's like 40 and Oscar's like 11. So when you talk about the list, it's fun. And we're talking about a list of we should have said at first, we both saw this list of the top players in NBA history ranked.
I think this is the timing on this take is
it's all for Jordan to be one.
Well, that's too that too, but the timing of this take I'm about to give you is not good. But I've always felt, and I will continue even now, despite the sadness recently, I always thought Kobe's overrated. I mean, to put him up there in the Jordan and LeBron, I always thought was incorrect. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying he's not a top 20 player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
you're saying if he's third or fourth.
Right, that's not fair. No, he's not.
Yeah.
You take Magic or Bird over him 1,000 times. Here's why: those guys never sucked when they didn't have talent around them. Never. Kobe did. Kobe's teams would tank if he didn't have help, and Shaq won him those titles. That's the bottom line. They don't win those titles without Shaq.
Yeah.
You can't say that about Jordan or LeBron.
Right.
He didn't need whoever he had to win their titles. They won them because of them.
Speaking of basketball, Adam Silver finally sort of understood or put it in better perspective. Like, I was disappointed with the commissioner of the NBA last week when he said, until we know everybody's going to be safe, we're not going to play. And I said, my point was, well, then you're not going to play. Because right
safe
now,
is a relative word.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. If what I'm substituting is somebody's going to get corona.
Well, that's to me, that's not necessarily going to define safe moving forward.
Well, he admitted that yesterday. Okay. He told those on the NBA Board of Governors that if a positive test would shut us down, we should not go down this path.
I agree with that.
Correct. 100%.
The next solution is a positive test shouldn't shut you down. Did you get a new wedding ring?
I got it's not a wedding ring. It's the workout thing. It's like it's just a rubbery thing instead.
Jeff, are you not wearing your glasses?
It's a ring. No.
I've had this.
That black one you have?
For years.
Yeah, about 2 years now.
Wow. You don't wear it, though. You usually don't wear a ring at all, do you?
No, I wear it. I always
to
wear
work
a ring.
every day.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back and we're going to delve deeper into the human condition called lying when we return.
I need a number, Danny.
It's a CPR Contracting Wednesday.
In honor of lying, we'll take caller number 5. That's Lying. Caller number 5.
At 641-1010, caller number 5. Going to take home a $25 gift certificate to dine like kings at Cole Haynes Irish Pub. Call now. Caller 5, 641-1010.